Is it preordained that you will write a Chosen One story? Well, the sales figures say yes. As it turns out, Dark Lords and ancient evil cannot be defeated by military force, international cooperation, or any other traditional method, regardless of the time and resources brought to bear by the best and the brightest the world can offer. Only one person can stop evil and save the world, the most special person in the whole universe, around which everything revolves, the Chosen One. The Chosen One is the best cliche ever, because it can be used completely as is without any thought put into it whatsoever. Even better, it gives the writer an excuse to give their Chosen One all kinds of amazing powers and make sure that not only every other character obsesses over him, but that the Chosen One is at the center of the story's universe. But surely there are pitfalls in making the main character the Chosen One? Well, I can't really see any. Oh wait! There is one problem that must be addressed right off, and that is, how will the audience know the main character is the Chosen One? Well, the easiest way is to make up a prophecy. Have a detailed outline for your story, add some purple prose, and bam, instant prophecy. Using a prophecy as a blueprint for your plot will in no way subtract from the story's dramatic tension. No need to obscure the prophecy with vague language. Thank goodness all fictional prophecies are 100% accurate and will point the way to the Chosen One. In fact, the prophecy is so accurate that even the bad guys will find the Chosen One often before the good guys do. Wait a minute, assuming that destiny and fate are a legitimate force in the universe, then that means that the Chosen One is destined to eventually triumph over the Dark Lord or ancient evil, so the forces of evil will send their best troops to destroy the Chosen One before they even begin their quest. However, the Chosen One would have never started their quest in the first place if the forces of evil hadn't attacked their home, forcing them to begin their hero's journey. Wouldn't that mean that the only way for the Dark Lord to avoid defeat would be to ignore the machinations of destiny and gamble that he was living in a free will-based universe? Wouldn't knowingly engaging with the prophecy only validate it? What kind of philosophical implications does this present us? Can the audience stay awake if the author mutters the word philosophical? The answer to these deep and complex questions is very simple. Who cares? The fact that the forces of evil are trying so hard to prevent the prophecy only shows the audience how much more special the Chosen One is, to the point where the Dark Lord will squander his best soldiers trying to kill the Chosen One rather than using his forces to secure more valuable strategic objectives. Speaking of the Dark Lord, it is imperative that our Chosen One has a direct connection to the main antagonist, even if this makes absolutely no sense. Make sure this connection is deep and intimate in a way that Slashfix will certainly not take advantage of. There are a lot of other ways to make our Chosen One even more chosen. Special mark, special birthday foretold by the prophecy, special eye color, virgin and her royal birth, Latin chanting. Being chosen also means that the main character is assured one or more love interest. We all know that love triangles are included in a discounted wish fulfillment package for Chosen Ones. I am sure the love interest will be thankful to the Chosen One for saving her from her arranged marriage, only so she can be arranged to marry the Chosen One. Destiny says so. Who cares that everything great about the Chosen One comes only from their destiny? And in no way should an author have a Chosen One be self-conscious about this. Some may think that all of the special powers, destiny, fame, wealth, and otherwise sheer volume of wish fulfillment might make the Chosen One a bit unrelatable. We could flesh out the Chosen One with flaws, or use the stress created by fame and the weight of responsibility of saving the world to generate meaningful conflict. Or an author could balance the wish fulfillment by withholding a core desire from the Chosen One that no amount of special powers can ever give them. But all that sounds like work. Let's take the easy way out. All we need to do is give them a humble origin filled with petty bullies and mean foster parents. That should generate enough sympathy to last an entire series. Now, the details of the Chosen One's backstory will vary based on genre. Writing a fantasy story? Make the Chosen One a lost royal heir living as a farm boy in a defenseless, soon-to-be-burned-down peasant village. I am sure his youth spent as a field hand will prepare our hidden heir for the rigors of managing his reclaimed kingdom's complex economic system and web of political intrigue. Writing a dystopia story? Make the Chosen One a member of a lower class of people with superpowers. Everyone knows that people with superpowers are easy to oppress. Her special status as Chosen One will allow her to instantly upend centuries of systematic oppression, just like how real-life oppressive systems disappear overnight. Now, occasionally, other characters will doubt Mary Sue's, the Chosen One's ability, or even question his or her decisions. After all, no one else is capable of saving the world and should never express frustration at their apparent uselessness. In fact, the author should spend no time fleshing out the other characters in the story besides the villain and chosen one. Having ordinary people rise up to resist destiny and face overwhelming odds to seize the day and determine their own fate is not nearly as dramatic as the chosen one instantly annihilating the Dark Lord with their special powers as foretold by the prophecy. Nor should the author address the implication that only special chosen people are capable of changing the world or resisting evil in any significant way. We should all just accept that we are average and thus incapable of changing the course of a deterministic universe. The moral of a chosen one story is pretty simple. We should just sit around and wait for a special person to fix all of our problems. A big thank you for the unprecedented amount of new support this channel has gained over the past few weeks. It's a bit surreal. I appreciate all those who subscribed, viewed, rated, and commented on my videos. You were awesome. If you're new to the channel, then welcome, and I hope you stick around for future content.